All right. Hey, welcome back to the podcast. Today on Ignite One-on-One, since none of us have come up with anything creative yet to change the title, yay us. We should do that afterwards. That's what we're doing. Hello, studio audience. I want to acknowledge them right away. We have triple the studio audience that we did last time. Of course, they're locked behind a soundproof glass. Okay, but anyway, coming back. Brady, you've been on the podcast, I think, every one of them.
I have.
I don't think you've missed one yet because you're vital, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, so let's just get started, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. What should I know about you?
I'm a junior in high school, and I like to sing and play guitar. And I'm looking to go to college, and then maybe be in the military. And I'm hoping to become a police officer, maybe too, and do something in SWAT.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I have a lot on my plate about
SWAT is what? Special victim? No, that's
I couldn't even tell you. I need to look that up.
Special Weapons and Techniques. Is that for really what it stands for? Okay. Well, that's what we're going with. Leave in the comments of what SWAT stands for.
I thought it'd be something like really.
I know specialty, something like that.
It's like really complicated.
Okay, that is not what it is. We're going to bleep that out. Okay. All right. Well, that's thank you. We need good, honest people. That's one thing I notice about you, even though I think every other word you say to me is probably some sort of twist of the truth. Is that true?
Maybe.
Okay, good. Yeah, you'll be a great cop then. Okay, so let's see what it is. You have gone through the whole Ignite program.
I have.
And I remember when you first got started, well, you didn't say it right away, but I think after you had graduated from it, you were at least open and honest with me by saying the first time that you came to the Ignite program, you drove home with Micah and said, this thing, what did you say?
I thought it was a joke. I made fun of it.
You made fun of it. Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, which is kind of funny in its own way, but you don't make fun of it anymore.
I don't make fun of it anymore, yeah.
Right. Because it changed your life, or at
It
least helped
changed
you?
my life.
Got you on the right, what do you call that?
Got me on the right
Trajectory?
track, yeah.
Yes. Okay, that's fantastic. So one of the things that we discover through the program is what we're actually good at. You know, I shared with Micah before that, school, I think, forces us in many ways to, you have to be good at everything. If you want to get into a good college, you got to be good at everything. And that just seems so unfair, especially in life.
Yeah.
Once you get past, I've said this many times, if you peak in high school, good luck with the rest of your life, right? But even if you peak in college, I mean, life starts after that. In my opinion, and so, but through this program, we talk about strengths. So, tell me what's your number one strength? What do you bring to the table?
Number one is creativity, because really, when you think about it, like without creativity, there would be nothing here. Like everything was thought like once, and that's how like everything is just made. Like this whole world was created from creativity, and I think I get really creative with not just like drawing, but like writing, and like things that I like come up with. But it also like from like other people, like people have made some great things, like great songs, great art pieces, and I think it just goes a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is music ability. I wouldn't say I'm the greatest songwriter, but I do. I did learn guitar pretty fast by myself, and singing, I can get better, and there's always room for growth on that, even playing guitar and writing music. And generosity, I think, is a big one. I tend to give a lot instead of receiving. I just like to give back. Like I don't want to. Kind of goes into like the selfish kind of part of it.
Okay. Yeah, we were talking about that before the cameras were turned on, like selfishness, and we actually brought it up to the studio audience. Yeah. Like, what is that? We know it when we see it, but how do you just actually describe it? It's like a lot like me, but I think I'm like, wait, I am selfish. I've claimed it many times. I know I am, but how can I keep it under wraps or make it not so obvious? Because there's extreme selfishness, and that's who wants to hang out with someone like that? That's terrible. But I think most people look out for themselves in some way, Yeah. But the fact that you can then possibly go way past selfishness into the generosity is like a huge thing. Like I'm very generous with my time now, which is very valuable. Obviously, you ask any wealthy person, they want their time back.
Exactly.
So money, it only goes so far, but boy, time is a big thing. But I'm generous with my time by just helping young people out, kind of avoid the landmines, and it takes a long time to have these long conversations. So speaking of, voices, you were talking about that. If I speak for like a very long time, my voice is like toast, man. And sometimes it affects me for like the next day. Like I can already feel it. I was very quiet all day today. Now just talking for this handful of minutes is already starting to affect me. But I love singing. So tell me a little bit about that singing thing that you like to do. You actually have a talent with it.
Yeah.
And then I guess my second question would be, do you also like wear it out where you have to like, that's it. I can't sing anything past this.
When you're trying to hit that like higher range, I wouldn't suggest like singing like really deep, like the band Slipknot, how they just let it all out. That's what I usually do. Like I save that for the end of my like practice. But with just lighter singing, I just try to not wear my voice out, so it's not out for like the entire week. But what did you ask me?
No, that's it. Yeah. So even as like, I'm not saying you're a professional, but you're on the track of trying to become a professional singer.
Yes.
Like, does your voice crack after 4, 5,
It
6
does.
songs like mine does?
It cracks when I'm singing too. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, it does.
Okay. So there's hope for us all. Like
Definitely.
that can still happen, right? But man, you're right. I think like the bands like Disturbed.
Yeah.
Man, alive. I try to sing like he does.
Yes.
Like one song, and I'm like, that's it. I can't make it through the song. It's terrible. Yeah.
Yeah. I've done some karaoke on Disturb. It's hard, but I don't want to sound a little humble about it. I think I've done a little bit.
Yeah, you're better than me. I've sung with you once on stage, and it was great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, remember that?
Turn the Page.
Exactly. Turn the Page. Metallica
And
stuff.
I wanted that way at the church.
Oh yeah. Okay.
With John, remember?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I like the friends that I've made through this program. It's been wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did talk about like some of the opposites. What other strengths? So do you feel like you exhausted your strengths and you want to talk about like a weakness? What are you
Yes.
not good at?
My weakness is social awkwardness, definitely. I think this goes out for like everybody. I cannot look at somebody like in the eye for like longer than like 5 seconds when I'm having a conversation, especially when you're standing. Like, I don't know, I just start to like feel weird. I think this goes out like other people. I just get like nervous, and I tend to like stutter a lot, and I just get really, really nervous. And another thing is overthinking. I think this goes like 2 ways. Like when you're in class and like let's say like something like exciting is like after school, and all your focus just goes to that thing, like what's being like presented to you. You're not even paying attention, but that goes in it. And also like if somebody like sends you a message, like they're just saying like okay, but like lowercase letters, and you think they're mad. I just think I struggle with like just like thinking that they're mad at me when they're not. And I think that just like ruins a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I've been socially awkward many times, especially with people. Like if you go to a party and I'm like, I don't really want to talk to you, so now it's a struggle. Like mentally, I'm like, oh great, this person's walking. Hi, how are you? That makes it very difficult for me, and then I have a hard time looking at people in the eye. But if I want to engage somebody, I forget all about that social awkwardness. It's like it just comes very natural. What other weakness you got? I think you mentioned off camera that fear of failure.
Fear of failure.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Yeah, it goes in just like being nervous. Like it kind of just happens out of nowhere, and that goes in with overthinking too. Just your head is like your worst enemy. I think I just got to learn that over the years, and you just can't let it take over you, and you just got to think good thoughts and get out of that headspace. Yeah, because it's gonna bring you nowhere.
So when you come across something, well, that might have been like a trip up or whatever, or a failure by, I guess, someone's definition. How have you overcome some of those fears of failure? Or, let me ask it this way. You've failed at something, right? Maybe something recently. How have you overcome?
You just got to try again.
To try again? And how about, and you mentioned, I think, also time, right? A little bit of time.
Yeah. It's going to take some time. Like, say like a breakup. It's going to take some time to get over, but eventually you're gonna find it, and you'll be all right.
I agree. Speaking of heartbreak, should I tell my story? No? Keith's shaking his head. Okay. You've heard it a million times, exactly. Let's see what else. What other kind of question? part of our program, we go deep dives into our values, and I would love to know things that you value. You're like you're an important part of this team, and one of the reasons why is because you have strong values. So please tell me what they are and elaborate.
Empathy is a big one, and that just kind of leads into my strengths of like generosity and just caring for others, because I don't know, I just feel like people are really mean to each other now. It's not like what it used to be, and I just like giving, and also another one is respect, and that goes a long way, because if someone's like disrespecting me, I just can't take that. Like I'd have to walk away. And forgiveness goes in with like spiritually. Got to forgive everybody. Like, just forgive and forget, and just don't when you see somebody, don't always think like the bad of what they done to them. You gotta have like good memories and have good thoughts about them, and yeah.
Okay, yeah, forgiveness. I've struggled with that, but not recently. Not within the last couple of years. At some point, you hand it over to God. Like, I forgive them, please, and now please God help me with this. I want to and forget. Yeah. But I think a lot of people struggle with that. So I'm glad it's one of your values. That's something that you can actually teach people too, how to do that. Give us techniques and stuff like that on how to actually do it. And a lot of it's just how your heart is wired. I love it. Any other values that you want to share?
That was all I wrote.
Yeah, I know you have a lot more, right?
I definitely do. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Okay, so you seem somewhat popular. No. Okay. Loaded question, loaded statement. But you do have a sphere of influence, like people that are very close to you.
I do.
I don't know if any of them are in the room.
One of them, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I know.
I'd say two.
Okay, perfect.
Two, yeah.
Okay, I like that even better. So how has your sphere of influence influenced you?
So my parents have definitely influenced me. They've given me every single thing I want. They've taught me everything I know, and they're always supportive. And they've always like given me ideas of what to do, like when I grow older. And like the music side, Mike is gonna laugh at this one, but Brent Smith, my favorite singer, and he's kind of like a role model and someone that I want to be, because he fell into addiction at a young age. Okay. And with drug use, and he gained a lot of weight, and he totally turned his life around and got sober, lost all the weight and turned it into muscle, and now he's even more popular, and he's doing better than ever, and he sounds great.
That's fantastic. What's his name again?
Brent Smith.
Okay, is he one of the Jonas Brothers?
No, he's
I'm just teasing. I have no idea what band. What band is he in?
Shinedown.
Shinedown. Okay, I was going to say Slipknot, but I couldn't remember.
No,
and now
that's
just
Corey
teasing.
Taylor.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Who's the lead singer of Bon Jovi?
Bon Jovi.
Oh, okay.
John Bon Jovi.
Like John Bon Jovi. Okay. That's hilarious to me. Okay, so who else? I think those are great. The power of our sphere of influence. Man alive. I look back at my time on this earth, and some of the people I hung out with, I'm like, it was no wonder I was headed in the wrong direction. Man, these people I was hanging out with, like, this is a bad decision. But my core friends growing up were always pretty good, fine, upstanding citizens. So I'm very grateful for that. You know, and my mom would pick out some of the people that she would just like nudge me in the correct direction. Like, I don't like that friend of yours, that one in particular, and I would just stop hanging out with them. And it wasn't because I knew she was influencing me, but I wanted to honor my mother in that way, and I'm like, she must see something. She's protecting. So because I think she had a great understanding of surround yourself with good, high quality people. It sounds like you're doing that, and you're still young. I mean, wait till you start, really cranking out there, and find the good cops, the honorable ones. That's what I'm looking. That's how I want to be one. That's how I want to guide you. Absolutely. Have you ever? I know you have, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Have you ever sat down and actually tried to think about what success means to you, and have you defined it for yourself? I know it's changed.
Yeah.
But so it's a pretty wide open question right now, and I don't know what you're going to say for your answer, because I know you've changed a little bit. But define success for you.
To me, there's like really no end to success, because there's always room for growth for it, and I think like when you like set a goal, there's always going to be one after that, and it's just going to stop until you're done with life.
The ever-expanding horizon of our visions and goals. Yes, absolutely. Okay, you had originally wanted to be the lead singer in a band, but you can obviously still do. I mean, that's something. You could be a police officer or work for SWAT and be a lead singer in a band. I mean, that's what's kind of cool about some of those
Village people.
Right. Yeah. Okay, for those, Keith, you have any comment on that? No? That's you're wearing a Village People T-shirt. Okay. I wish. My point is that you can do several things with your life, and I think that's pretty cool. So you originally wanted to be, just you were focused on the band, and the band broke up, so you might as well just give up on all those dreams. Absolutely not. I'm just being teasy here. And then you're thinking about possibly going to school, being a cop, working for SWAT. I think those are all very admirable. And that's my word, admirable. I like it. I like the word admirable better. But I think that's great. So I just want to applaud that. As you've gone through this program, we've been like friends for at least a year now. I'm thinking at least, something like that. Yeah. Your goals and dreams and stuff like that have been modified over these last couple months for sure. I don't know. I think that's kind of neat. Just because you write something down and I want it this month doesn't mean in 3 months you're like, you know what, I'm going to modify that and change it to this. So obviously you don't need permission from me, but permission granted, for gosh sakes. Change it. If it's not feeling right after a little bit of time, by all means, drop it. Go on to something new. We're all young. I mean, I'm in my 50s and I'm still making different changes and stuff. So I just want to encourage people, hang in there. Keep writing your goals. Keep thinking about what it is that you want to do, because you're a great example of that. Like modifying and changing. And Jack, one of our other, which I love to have him on the podcast one of these days, he's started several businesses, and then and I think every month he's onto something new, which is kind of cool actually, because he's testing the waters, and trying to figure out what it is. And now he's day trading, and I don't know, millions of dollars a day, something like that. Yep, $2 million a day.
No,
yeah. Right. Is that any? No, there's okay. 2 millionths of 1,000. Okay. All right. So moving on. What do you think right now as you're moving forward, especially with school? School's coming to a wind. What do we got? Like 8 weeks left or something like that. Something like that. And then you're going to be a senior. Okay. But what do you think your number one goal is right now? What is your number one goal right now?
My number one, like what I can think, is like just to be on stage and just singing and just being myself. And just kind of like just losing control. I just think it's like a fun thought just in my head, and just like being there. Like there doesn't have to be that big of a crowd. I just want to just have a band that just knows what they're doing and has the same inspiration as me. Mm-hmm. And we're just having a lot of fun on stage, and we're inspiring others to do the same. I
agree. This studio could be turned into a stage, and we could do karaoke like once a month, and like literally with all the cool lights that we have and everything. Mm-hmm. That feels like a little mini jam session, definitely. Basically, right? As opposed to just drive around in your car and singing. So, like, make your own stage. Invite people over. Hey, we're all going to take turns singing. Yeah. That's great. We don't need a drummer. We got the drum on the track. I don't know. Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. I know a lot of other people do like that karaoke stuff. It's a weird word, but I like it. Yeah. I'm a big fan of it. All right. So, what do you think is holding you back from some of the things that you're going through right now? What's your biggest?
What's holding me back is that there's just a lack of people that have the same inspiration as me, and I'm just still struggling to find people that do. Mm-hmm. And I need to look for more, like sources and just places where I can just find people that know how to play, that want to be in a band like this, and that want to be in something like serious as like having it be a job, because this is like serious stuff. And I know I'm just in high school, but I'm planning for the future, and I don't want just some people that are bringing me down, like just blow it for me.
I've always thought about that with bands. Like, how hard is it to get to practice and do the same thing over and over again, and then find people who aren't like loosey-goosey in their own head. I don't know, like with most of life, people are people. Mm-hmm. And when the going gets tough, or the practice gets hard, you're like, I don't really want to do it this week. And then now you've just lost your bassist, and now your drummer's next, and now you got to fill that. You got to get a new one, and then they're wishy-washy, and you start reaching into the barrel for like it feels like you're reaching into the worst and worst piles of people, and then they're even more squirrely. Like it's got to be tough, man.
Yeah, they'll say yes to the band, and then you don't really play that much, and it is kind of just like I got better stuff to do.
Right. So I think it's great that you're a singer and a singer-songwriter, and you play your guitar, because at least you can still
those
do
two
the
things
thing.
to do at the same time are not easy.
Oh, right.
But I'm getting better at it, and I've been practicing a lot every single day.
All right, Brady. Well, this has been a treat. It's been nice getting to know you a little bit better. But I want you to wrap up our little conversation here with how you had the original name of your band, which was Rapid Pulse.
Rapid Pulse.
Yeah, which is a pretty cool name of a band. But then you ended up changing it. So for those who haven't heard the story, share with us.
All right. So, just one day I just said that this name Rapid Pulse is just not the kind of name that I want, especially like for a non-heavy metal band. And just like, even though I can sing like heavy metal stuff, I don't want to have like a ruined voice like the entire concert and like week. But one day, you came up to me, and I was feeling down. I didn't feel like I mattered to the podcast. I thought I was just extra. And you said, "You're vital to this podcast." You know that, right? And I was like, "What's vital?" And you're like, "A body without blood, like you need it to survive, and to keep on going." And it stuck with me. And then one day I remember I was sitting at lunch, and I remember what you said, and I thought I never heard the word before, really, and I just thought, like, that would be a pretty good band name. So I picked it, I changed Instagram, made a logo for it, and it looks pretty cool.
It does look cool. I agree. So you are vital. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
You made it. You were a one-on-one podcast number 2. So I would say that's pretty high ranking. I don't know where Keith's going to fall. Probably in the 24 range somewhere or something like that. 309. Okay, 309 or further. That's terrible. Keith's my friend.
Jeez.
I know. You're right. Yeah. Speaking of, where's Chris? Yeah, that guy. Oh, that guy. Okay. He is in New York. Yeah. God rest his soul. Yeah. So again, thanks for joining us.
Of course.
It was great to get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah.
Through all that. So, and with that, we always clap it out. Thank you, brother. And the studio audience keeps clapping.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
That was good.
Kill it.